Stay tuned for updated real news.
Hello Anka Daily News viewers, how are you? I hope you're healthy and happy. As Anka Daily News team, we continue to share with you the developments regarding the Russia-Ukraine war. In a moment, we will share with you the latest details about a very interesting development on the front line. And as it is known, the situation of the Russian army is getting worse day by day. Discipline, in its simplest definition, means the rules determined to ensure that individuals who have come together for a specific purpose live in an orderly manner, and measures taken to ensure that these rules are followed. In cases where discipline is not maintained, order is disturbed. And one of the areas where discipline is applied most rigorously is the army. In the army, soldiers learning combat techniques and acting in a certain order constitute the cornerstones of the military discipline. Units lacking military discipline quickly disintegrate, deteriorate, and fail. Especially in the times of the war, there are moments where even a seconds are crucial. In these critical moments, disruption in the chain of command in undisciplined units can have serious consequences. Considering that the soldiers in a unit entrust each other with their lives, we can better understand the importance of this situation. As Russia's plan for full-scale invasion of Ukraine continues to fall apart, the armies of the two countries are being compared from every angle. The comparisons are usually based on the numbers of the statistics. However, an important issue that has been overlooked has been motivation and discipline. The Russian army has been suffering from a serious lack of motivation and discipline problems since the beginning of the war, and these problems have many negative repercussions for the conflicts in this regard. The Ukrainian army, on the other hand, is increasing its belief in victory every day, and Moscow has not taken any measures against these negative situations on the front line. However, recent allegations have caused great resonance. Now, let's take a closer look at the new developments regarding the execution teams that Moscow allegedly sent to the front line. Before moving on to our report, I would like to make a small reminder. As Anka Daily News team, we strive to bring you the latest developments in Russia-Ukraine war. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so that you don't miss our daily reports and explanations. I also read all of your comments on our videos, so please continue to share your ideas about our content in the comments with us. And let's start if you're ready. Anka Daily News reports. The Ukrainian military intelligence has uncovered a shocking truth with information obtained from the cell phone of a Russian soldier captured recently. According to this information, Moscow is sending a special execution squads to the front line to execute Russian troops stationed in Ukraine. The audio recording published by the Ukrainian Military Intelligence Directorate on the Telegram channel includes a conversation in which a Russian army soldier describes being trapped between Ukrainian forces and the Russian troops targeting his own troops. The audio recording caused a stir on social media and once again revealed the dark side of the war. In the audio recording, the desperate speech of the Russian soldier draws attention. Russian soldiers who are under fire from their own troops express that they don't know what to do, and the Russian soldier in the audio recordings says that the only 2 members of his unit survived and all the rest of the soldiers died. This situation clearly shows the brutality of the war and the hopelessness of the soldiers. The Russian soldier's statement in the recording that we have all been replaced by contract soldiers raises a big question mark. According to local sources, these contract soldiers mentioned by the soldiers could be Russia's barrier troops, known as the units tasked with enforcing the military code of conduct. And it is known that the main mission of these barrier units, which were also mentioned in the previous intelligence reports, was to execute Russian soldiers fleeing the war in Ukraine, and these intercepted audio recordings caused a huge uproar. The soldiers later explained to his friends that the contract troops from the prisoners in the Russian-occupied Luhansk region of Ukraine had been sent to undisclosed location. He also added that it was no longer possible to return to the military headquarters to explain what was happening because he was not even sure where to go because of the landmines in the area. When they tried to turn back, they came under fire from the Russian troops, the soldier said, adding that it was very confusing for him. When the soldier's friends asked if the troops that opened fire were really Russian troops, the soldier confirmed that they were in the Kharkiv region and failed on behalf of Russia together with the troops from Luhansk prisoners. When asked why the group had received an execution order, the soldier's answers shocked everyone. "They are getting rid of us," he said, explaining that the troops assigned to carry out the disciplinary executions were active on the front line. The soldier's last sentence was even more shocking. "They are getting rid of us and replacing us with these men. They have all the documents to execute us, and we have no choice now." The British Ministry of Defense has documented the presence of the Russian execution troops in Ukraine. The report published last November said that Moscow had deployed barrier troops on the front line because of the low morale of the Russian troops and their reluctance to fight. This report released the brutal nature of the war and the moral problems within the Russian army. Ukraine has previously shared evidence of the Russian troops killing retreating soldiers of their army. In recent months, the Ukrainian Security Service has published interviews with the 2 Russian prisoners of the war, detailing such actions. In these interviews, one of the prisoners said that he had been ordered to open fire on fatigued soldiers in Ukraine, and these statements once again revealed the harshness and ruthlessness of the Russia's war strategies. In an interview published by the Ukrainian Security Service, a soldier described the details in orders that he has given. The soldiers stated that he was stationed on the second line of defense on the front line, where the Z attack forces were not allowed to withdraw. And he admitted that, in accordance with the order, he stood ready to open fire if the troops tried to retreat. In recent months, the videos published by Ukrainian sources have corroborated these claims, and the videos clearly shows 3 Russian soldiers stationed at the front line opening fire on at least 7 Russian soldiers who tried to retreat. The images revealing the activities of these execution squads once again revealed the brutal face of the war. The information provided by the soldiers and the scenes in the videos revealed the gravity of the events on the front line, but also the inner face of the war. And the interviews and videos released by the Ukrainian Security Service clearly shows how brutal and inhuman the war has become. And this helps us to better understand the difficulties and the struggle of the soldiers on the front line. But I want to know, what do you think? How do you think Russia's strict discipline and punishment policies on the front line will shape the course of the war? And what do you think about Moscow's war tactics, in particular its harsh measures against its own soldiers? And do you think these measures increase military success? Let me know in the comments, because you know that I read and I care a lot about all of your comments.